Okay, it's a bit windy, but I think that's working. Just stacking some firewood for the winter. A very wholesome task. Very wholesome indeed. Even though it's spring, I'm not going to feel the benefit of this wood's warmth quite yet. And my chainsaw went blunt because I hit a nail, I think. So I couldn't have done more anyway. And there's an old proverb that says, I think it's a Chinese proverb, they're very wise, but that just could be a racial thing, I don't know. The old proverb says that there's two men who are chopping wood, and every day one of the men stops at lunchtime for an hour and chops no wood, and the other guy keeps going. He chops wood all day, and then at the end of the day they stack up the wood, see who's chopped more, and the guy who stopped for an hour has chopped more wood, and the other guy couldn't believe it. He said, how on earth do you do that? That doesn't make sense. I've been going for longer than you. And the other guy says, in my lunch break I sharpen my axe, so then it comes back and chops more wood. Very, very clever, very clever. And that reminds me of, I think the point of that whole thing, I'm not just saying that, I think there's a point behind it. Most people say it to prove the point that in life you need balance, or you need a break. You can't just be working flat out because your axe gets dulled, if you will. And that reminds me, there was a guy, I met this guy at the gym, and we got talking about recovery, and he said, I don't really need recovery. This is what he said. This is the guy, not me. He said, I don't really need recovery. I just do like 4 hours of sleep. I'm just pumped. He was kind of a crazy guy. He's just like, yeah, I just get up, just work, go to the gym. It's great. Just don't need that much sleep. I'm so productive because of that. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. But then he was still the guy that was like, he had like an injured shoulder, and he was trying to bench press, and he couldn't bench press because his shoulder was injured. He was like slightly overweight, not bad, but like, yeah. And he actually worked at the gym, so he was training in like his off time, but he worked at the gym. So I was like, maybe that's not really serving you that well. You know, you could maybe try getting a bit more sleep or a bit more rest, and see what you do in the time that you are awake. And he said he works like, 12, 16 hours a day or something. And so there you go, that's the lesson. Sharpen your axe. If you're working with a dull axe, you're not going to get anything done. So sharpen your axe, or get some sleep, or don't do bench press. I don't know, it's a bunch of lessons there. Okay, last bits of wood. This might be satisfying, or it might be very boring to watch, I don't know, but I'm just filming it anyway. Content is content. I'm like the British version of the guy in the white shirt who just chops wood, and he's a very good looking chap. He's in like a clean white shirt and he chops wood. I'm just like covered in oil and stacking firewood. One day. Right, so plan is I'll drive off. This will all fall off on the way, and I'll have to turn around and pick it all up. That's what we're going to go for. Oh, almost forgot my chainsaw. That's dull. Let's just throw that in there. Okay, that's that.